Okay, I am here with Jamie Grace, and I'm going to try not to be, that person today.
No.
But I am a crazy fan. Follow her online. When I say her YouTube game is ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
Everything from dating to her family, music, you name it.
Oh my gosh.
What made you do that? Because not all artists can do that.
That's so nice. Thank you. My dad's a pastor, and so I grew up singing in church, but not like singing in church like my daddy made me. Like I was like at 5 years old, I was like, Dad, can I preach for the youth group?
Wow.
I've just always wanted to just be involved in people's lives and doing stuff. Like I've always loved to just do stuff.
Nice.
And then like just anything to keep you busy. And then when I was 12, I asked for a video camera, and I asked for a Christmas, and my parents saved up and got me one, and I started making really awful just music videos, and just I've always had a passion for filmmaking and stuff. So 11 years ago I officially started my YouTube channel, and I do a weekly show called The Jamie Grace Show, and it's just a goofy place for me to be crazy.
So that is so awesome. I remember several years ago I was on a youth trip with some kids from my church, and I said, you guys have got to hear this song.
Oh.
And I remember playing Hold Me for them, and they were
Yeah.
like, who is that? And my son was like, who is that? And trying to describe your music is impossible.
Yeah.
Because there's absolutely nobody out there that sounds like Jamie Grace.
You're so nice.
How would you describe your music, your sound?
It's crazy because I actually had to figure this out recently, because I don't really know what to say. Because when I'm in the airport, a lot of times I'm always carrying my guitar. I'm also just a naturally a loud person, so I draw a lot of attention to myself, which is like, what up? Just like to strangers. Like I always talk to the flight attendants. So I always draw a lot of attention to myself. So people say, what kind of music do you play? And for years I would just be like, I don't know. But now I tell people that I play happy music.
Nice.
Which is not a plug to my new song, The Happy Song.
The Happy Song.
But I just tell people that I play happy music because honestly, sometimes just musically, my sound is a lot more pop, and sometimes it's a little bit more country. And then sometimes, I think sometimes you can tell that I grew up listening to a little bit of like T-Bone and stuff.
Sure.
So it just depends.
Yep.
Just depends on like what song it is particularly. But lyrically, I want to share joy, and I want to share the joy that I found, which is only in Christ Jesus. And so I write happy music.
Yep. So here's a question that I've always wanted to ask. I told you I'm going to try not to be that person.
Please, I love questions. I love talking.
When you say, you serve a life that, gives all the credit, all the glory, all the honor to God, people honestly think that we live boring lives.
Yeah.
They think that we don't have fun. They think that we can't laugh at things. And I just really want you to speak to that generation about enjoying the life you live and still loving Christ.
Yeah, it's so interesting you say that. My sister Morgan and I, we have these kinds of conversations all the time. We just we'll be talking about sandwich, and then we'll just go deep of talking our generation and culture and everything. And I honestly think a lot of times, unfortunately, with our people my age, I'm 25, so say 20, say 16 to 30, I think a lot of times what happens with our age group is we know how to go to church, and we know how to go to a church conference, and we know how to get our worship on, for lack of better terms.
Yep.
We know how to do all that and be really spiritual and stuff, but when it comes to being entertained, and when it comes to having fun, the movies we watch, the music we listen to, it does not represent who we claim to be on Sunday morning.
Right.
And I want to be able to encourage a generation of young people that are able to write a song that is about falling in love, but it's not so much about activities we should not be partaking in until we're married.
Right.
Not about those kind of activities, but just a song that's about a God-given love. I think that I want to be able to inspire a generation that does it. I grew up listening to a lot of that kind of music. When I was growing up, there were I don't know if you remember Virtue. Virtue back in the day.
Absolutely.
Out of Eden, Zoe Girl. There were songs out that were talking about talking about virginity, talking about breakups, talking about friendship, talking about all kinds of real life things, and it was all coming from this core that was our faith and our foundation in Christ. And so I want to, hopefully through my music, encourage my generation to continue to do that, to be cautious of the music we listen to, the movies that we watch, be cautious of what we put into our spirits. but also be intentional about what we put back out into the world.
Gotcha.
As well.
So finally, here's what I want to ask. I mean, your personality is just like
a little crazy.
So, I know you've got the music. I know you've got your YouTube channel, but what's next for you? Because I could honestly see the Jamie Grace Show. I could see it. I could see movies. I could see all of these things.
Thank you.
But really, what is it that you believe God is calling you to do, next?
Yeah, a huge dream of mine would be to take the Jamie Grace Show on to a network. And even if it only lasts like one season or 3 episodes, I'd be like, oh, I got 3 episodes.
Absolutely.
Like I would absolutely love to do that one day. That would be really cool. But right now I've got my new record that comes out on 9/1. It's called 91. It comes out on 9/1. So, tried to do a little play on numbers there. So that record comes out soon. And honestly, like I hope that I'll always be making music. I hope that I will always be making YouTube videos. I hope that I will always be able, this is kind of a little bit more of a random one, but just kind of something that I've been doing the last couple of years, but always advocating for children and families, and especially for children in foster care and that kind of thing. And just, I keep really busy in lots of different things, whether it's a podcast or a show or working with kids, whatever it is. And honestly, it's not so much because I'm like, oh, I want you guys to hear me sing or I want you to watch my video, but it's because when I experienced God's joy for the first time, like after going through years of depression as a teenager that was really sick and depressed and confused, after going through years of just that rut of not knowing if life was worth living anymore, experiencing God's joy for the first time, the first time was one of the best things that ever happened, was the best thing that ever happened to me. And if I can share that joy with as many people as I can, then I will. So it might be the Jamie Grace Show on TV, or maybe she's just a YouTube kid till she's 97.
No.
I don't know, but all I know is I'm just having so much fun on the journey, and it's really cool. And like playing random festivals like this. Like I found out I was doing this like 2 days ago, and I've just been in a great mood.
I didn't know you were doing it until last night, and I said I'm not leaving, and you better put me down and it'll be Jamie Grace, or it won't even be right.
This has been so cool. Like I've been like,
good.
I've been in a great mood.
Awesome. Well, you guys have got to follow her online, so tell everybody how they can follow you on YouTube, on IG, on Twitter, on all of those things.
Thank you. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, I'm at Jamie Grace H. Harper's my last name. A lot of people think Grace is my last name, but I'm really just a hillbilly. So it's Jamie Grace is my first name. Jamie Grace H on all social media, and then my web show, The Jamie Grace Show. Just type in The Jamie Grace Show on YouTube or Google. And if you forget all that stuff, just go to jamiegrace.com.
Sounds good, and thank you for joining us at Praise in the Park 2017.